I'm designing the Ultimate Creator Studio, and I'll be documenting this on my channel. And my challenge today is to see if I can build this using just Amazon products. And I think I can. So main studio space, as you can see, main monitor in the middle, a vertical monitor in case I want to use this for teleprompter or for display of notes, things like that. I made one change over here. I had a secondary monitor here, which I do a lot, but I decided to swap this out for a laptop. So this will be a laptop docking station right here. I have an additional monitor at the top up here. This is more for business. So this will be turned off most of the time, but if I'm doing business things, I may have this on as well. One change I made down here to the chair after I finished my design concept is that I decided to go with a different chair. Let's take a look over at my product review workstation right here. Basically the same desk, so I have two copies of the same desk. I have two different ideas on the lighting. I'll decide which ones I go with. I may go with both depending upon my needs. And a motorized turntable down here for product shots. Okay, let's work through my plan and see how much we can actually get from Amazon. Of course, everything starts with a bare room. I already have wooden floors and a 12 by 12 room, which is basically what this is showing here. Next, of course, is the wall paint. Now I'm going for a gray color, just like this. It's a neutral gray, and it's a flat wall paint. You can source this on Amazon, although any good paint supply store can get this for you. And the reason for this is I don't want any lights reflecting off of the walls. It also helps give the studio a nice ambiance, and anything I place in front of the walls will then stand out and makes more of a warm, inviting atmosphere, which can be more conducive to a good working space. Of course, before you go too far, you will want to lay things out. I like using tape. My personal favorite is the blue painter's tape, and lay the furniture out, marking down with the blue tape, make sure that it all fits before I actually purchase anything. Next up, I'll begin bringing in the furniture. The table will actually go closer to this back wall. I won't be doing a side table. I've dropped that idea, so that's going away. I'm putting some small tables back here in the corner. I am going with the wood slat sound deadening materials over here. I think they look real nice with the wood furniture. It's a good blend, a good match. Now, you don't have to do the whole room. A lot of the shelves and things on the shelves and a plant over here in the corner, a lot of that stuff also does a good job at stopping reflections of sound. Any place else in the room, like maybe over in here, if there are any areas with a lot of walls showing that I don't have something in there to help absorb the sound, I'll go ahead and just put up some of these standard square foam sound absorbing panels in those particular areas. And that should give me plenty of sound deadening for the room. The one thing I am going with, of course, is carpeting down below here. I also like to use a carpeting pad underneath, a 1/4 inch felt pad. That helps with the sound deadening. And because I'm doing that, and I like to have my chair so I can roll around a little bit, I will be putting in a hard chair mat. I have a couple of different concepts on the bookcases. One has solid sides, and it's all wood. One has open sides, and it's a metal frame with wooden shelves. I kind of like that better. It has that same look. I think it helps to tie things together, so I'll probably go with that one. Let's now begin bringing in the equipment. One change I already mentioned is that I removed this table over here. I'm not going to be using that, so the computer here will be going back over on the back wall. Of course, the backup station will be over here as well. I do like using a microphone on a boom. A lot of people nowadays are using the little lapel mics. Personally, I don't like those. I like the boom better, so I will have a boom mic like this. And I like the mics by Shure, although I'm not set on that yet. I'm doing a review video looking for the best microphones, and we'll see which one I find to go with. For the streaming camera, in this shot, I just have a standard camera up here. SLR style camera. One I like is a Canon. I'm not sure the exact model I'll go with, but I think this one will do the job just fine. Or I may just go for a high-end webcam. That might work out as well. That's something which I think I'll actually test out. I may buy both of these and try them both out and see which one works. Having a webcam in here would be a lot easier. That'd be the easiest solution because it only has to have one angle, one direction all the time. That doesn't have to move. And then the regular camera on a tripod could then be moved around the studio wherever I need it for the different particular shots. Now the two lights in here, these might be on stands or I may mount these on a shelf I'll be putting in the background here, like having shelves in behind my computer area. And these are the main lights for doing streaming video. So if I'm not streaming, these lights will not be on. There are two ways to go with lights. I'll have one set here, but I'll have more lights for the review station, and those lights can also be used here as well. So I have flexibility on the lighting depending upon what I need to do. So having a good lighting package that gives you options is a nice way to go. Now on the desk, I have my favorite keyboard, and it's a Corsair gaming keyboard. It has lights behind the keys, I just kind of like that, but I have mine turned to a dim blue. My whole lighting theme of my current studio is a blue lighting look, and I'll be keeping that in the new studio. And I also have a Corsair mouse over here, right-hand side, gaming mouse, of course. And this is good for other reasons, and not just for gaming. It's a great mouse if you're doing graphics as well. Now, one thing about the mouse, I like using a wired mouse as opposed to a wireless mouse. I found that the reaction is just a little bit better on a wired mouse. Same thing for the keyboard. My keyboards are always wired. Now, up in this area here, what's in my plan already is to put in an Elgato Stream Deck. I'll have it over here by the mouse. That can be very useful for live streaming. And then for video editing, left-hand side right over here, I have a tour box. And I'll put up a video review of the tour box here pretty soon. It's a really useful little tool. And I may add some more goodies up here depending upon how things build out with the studio. That's going to depend once the studio is built and I begin testing out some different hardware. We'll see if I add anything else in here. If I do, I'll definitely make a video about that. Okay, let's go back over and take a look at the review station. And that's right here. This is designed specifically for product reviews. It's something I hope to be getting into a lot more in the future. And the items in here, of course, is the desk. This is a matching desk for the main workstation desk. I have some shelves or boxes or something underneath here. I have a couple of ideas for that I think will work out just fine. Left-hand side is going to be another shelving unit. This will match the other unit, which is just over here to the left a little ways, is a computer hardware section, and just beyond that is the other bookshelf. I haven't decided on anything over on the right-hand side, which is where the door is. If I do anything over there, I'll tell you about that in a video. Now, the main idea in here, of course, is a couple of lights. I have two ways to go on the lights. I'll probably use both directions. I want to have an overhead light for nice, even, clean lighting for product shots, and a couple lights on the two sides allow me to control the look of the light in the main record area. And this backdrop thing here, this is really cool. I found one that has several different roll backdrops, and you can change around a whole bunch of different looks in here. I'll be mostly using, I'm sure, just the white backdrop though. I'll be using an arm for the camera, so I'll probably mount that either in the front of the desk or over here, left-hand side of the desk. The other idea I have on the lighting is to have large soft boxes, so I'll go ahead and get that kit as well. In that case, that would be a large softbox left and right sides on stands, and then a large softbox on the top aiming straight down. And those give you real nice, soft, even lighting. And as you can see, I'm trying to go for a real good look or aesthetic, so the office feels real clean, organized, and professional, and then it helps with my mental attitude while I'm recording my videos. Going over to the computer hardware section over here, real basic. My main logo will be living right here, and this is going to be a custom build. I plan on making this first out of foam core with some backlighting in it, see how it looks. And if I'm happy with the look, if it works out well in the studio, then I'll go ahead and have this professionally made using plexiglass or something. And we're beginning to see in here some of the aesthetics I'll be working with. I have some plants in here. Now, these are going to be fake plants. They look real on video, but they take no care except for the occasional dusting. But a nice thing about plants with a lot of leaves, these also work as good sound barriers. These can absorb a lot of sound and helps to deaden out the sound in the room. Even regular bookshelves or stuff on bookshelves will help to break up sound. One thing I'm not showing in this aesthetic is that I will be putting in some antique cameras. I have one already, but I'll be going over and taking a look at some antique stores and so forth and finding some old-fashioned or antique film equipment to place in here on some of the shelves. And that harkens back to when I was working as a professional photographer. And then I will have some exposed practical lighting like I have right here. This is called an Edison bulb. I found some good ideas for this. I also found a real nice floor lamp with exposed bulbs that I think would work out well in this same aesthetic. The upright is in black metal and the arms are in wood and would blend in very nicely. And that's something which I could place around and move around in the shot to add some interest to the background of a static shot. And then below everything, I'll be running blue lights down here. Now, this is much more reminiscent of my current studio, which is more of a gaming studio, as opposed to this high-end look that I'm going for now. And I'll keep that blue look throughout. I'll put blue lighting underneath the furniture in here, and it's going to contrast with the warmth up above. So I have a nice color contrast happening. Blues in the equipment, blues in the technical lighting, and then warms for the atmosphere or the aesthetic lighting. And all of this stuff will be on dimmers, of course. Now, everything in this concept art that I've been showing you is created with AI. I've been using ChatGPT for this. It's a great way to visualize a build before you actually begin building it. That can save you a lot of headaches, a lot of trial and error. The whole thing is designed before we actually get down to creating everything. Now, the next step in this whole process is to go through and look at all these different elements that I have in here, work up a budget, and begin building out the actual studio. So you may find me using some budget things to begin with and then swapping those out for better or best later on. Or I may go right to the best, which is what I hope to do. And that will depend, of course, on the budget. I'll be documenting everything here on this channel and reviews of everything that I'm using. I also have a download of all the products I've shown here in this video, including a few more that didn't make it into the video. You can download that from my website. There's a link for that in the description. And if there's any part of this that you want to get more information on, just go ahead and leave that in the comments. I'm very happy to make videos from recommendations. I do that all the time on my gaming channel and also on my photo channel. If you want to follow along with this process, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.